Tervetuloa Filminurkkaan, hyvät katsojat. Olen Kimmo ja arvostelen ensi-ilta-elokuvia pitää mielessä kristillisen näkökulman. Tällä kertaa meillä on yksi ainut elokuva ja se on nimeltään KON-TIKI. Minulla oli kunnia haastatella elokuvan näyttelijöitä ja seuraavassa kuulette, mitä he vastasivat kysymyksiini. Katsotaan tässä välissä elokuvan traileri.
Gentlemen, your magazine will be with me on a raft at the mercy of the winds all the way to Polynesia. It's further than from Chicago to Moscow, 5,000 miles. I will prove that the oceans were not barriers, but roads, not impediments, but pathways. That South American people sailed to Polynesia 1,500 years ago.
Mr. Hydo, our magazine has a higher purpose than to finance and enable men bent on suicide.
You want your theory to be accepted? You want to be right? Then go ahead. Drift from Peru to Polynesia on a balsa wood raft.
Can't sail it, steer it. All you can do is sit there and wait to die.
Vær så snill, Tor, ikke gjør dette.
Dette større enn oss.
Tripulantes!
Oh, you loco!
Det ingen som kan redde oss der ute.
Dette ikke religion, Tor. Dette her vanvitt.
Sure where I'm going to put it.
Yeah, okay. Welcome Film Corner program.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
KON-TIKI on todella historiallinen elokuva. Kuinka pääsit mukaan tähän projektiin?
Well, I actually I got a call from a friend of mine who said that they were casting this movie, and I didn't know. So I actually, it's my first and ever time. I've never done that before or later, but I called the casting agency and asked if I could come. I don't think the other guys did that, but I had to do that. So that's the way I got involved, and luckily I managed to get an audition. I think this is a movie which every Norwegian actor wanted to be a part of, so they were in line. We consider ourselves really lucky to be a part of it, absolutely.
Yeah, most of the same. It was a very attractive film for a young male actor to be in. Needed 5 guys. Tor Heyerdahl, of course, was the first they had to cast, and the Norwegian audience they know a lot about Tor Heyerdahl, so they demanded maybe the audience a little bit that the actor should look a little bit like him, but the other guys wasn't that so important to. So first of all they casted Paul Sverre Hagen, who does Tor Heyerdahl, and after that it was this normal round of pre-shooting, and of course we both are good colleagues and have worked with Paul Sverre before, so I think he kind of had something to say in that matter.
We owe him a lot.
I think so.
Money, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. I haven't paid him yet.
No.
Have you? Okay.
Kuinka valmistauduit näyttelijänä tähän elokuvaan?
This is the first time I've done a movie where I do a character who has been alive. So there's a lot of material that you can get for free. I mean, there's a biography written by my character Knut Haugland, and of course we've been reading a lot about both KON-TIKI and Thor Heyerdahl and this voyage. So that was a lot of the preparation, just to get to know as much as we could, and little small stories that they had between them. That's not in the manuscript of the movie, but for us it's a good thing to just have with us in a way. So that was mainly the big preparation part for my benefit. And then, of course, since it's a movie, you have to stop reading the biographies and the book of Thor Heyerdahl at some point, and then start making the movie. So I actually had to read the book again of the biography of my character before the premiere, because I didn't remember what did he actually experience and what was the movie that we made. It got mixed up a bit. So that was one part of it, and we had to. It was long days that we had shooting. We were shooting 6 days a week, really long days. It was really hot at Malta where we were shooting. The sun was always burning. There was no wind, so we had to be in good physical shape as well, just to be able to do the hard scenes also at the end of the day. So we were. Actually, I think we were as fit as we have ever been, because we also had to be able to do those long days and be working as much as we did. So that was the two things that I prepared the most.
The one character we choose to kind of turn upside down in the script compared to the reality was my character Herman Watzinger. He was. The engineer who built the raft, really, in the real world, and he was a strong mental guy, but they struggled a lot with the script, how to get the audience to relate to the story, because it was hard for the audience to relate to Thor Heyerdahl, because he was, quite crazy, close to a fanatic, to go on this mission. So when they found out they needed to give one of the characters the voice of the audience, who could ask the question, isn't this a little bit dangerous? What are we really doing here? Are we crazy? What this is going to hell, the story needed that, because especially in Norway, but the story outside abroad also is very known that it ends well. The raft, they reach Norway, and when you tell a story that that it's a happy ending, you need to kind of upper the inner drama and the conflict a little bit, and that's why they casted me to kind of. I really doesn't look like Watzinger. He was tall and dark, and I was opposite. So they were eager to give Herman a very kind of fictive story. So I did some research about him, of course, and the other guys, and the story about KON-TIKI, but I was the lucky one that didn't have to
read as many books.
No, I could just,
Beskytte mot hai.
Ja, akkurat da. Er det du som skal ned?
Nei, Bengt.
Ja, visst. Skicka i svenskar. Hi.
Millaista oli näytellä elokuvassa ja kuinka yhteistyö sujui kuvausryhmän kanssa?
Yeah, there was a lot of people. It's a big, in Norwegian scale, it's a big movie. And I've never worked on a movie with so many people around. I think there's like 1,000 people that has worked on this movie. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's interesting that when we just had this little raft that we were going to shoot in at, then how can I say it? We are just 6 guys on the raft, but every take we did, there were like 30 people on the raft because there were a lot of, you know, B cameras, and there was the lighting guys and the sound technicians and everything. So it was a crowded raft all the time, but it had to look like and seem like that we had all the time in the world and a lot of space on this raft. So it was really central. I mean, it was there were many people involved, and they were all just, I don't know, working like this because there were no place to hide or to do. You couldn't just walk away because you were at the middle of the ocean. So it was an interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Okay. We know each other.
No, it was really an adventure of making an adventure film. It was when people ask me what do you remember the most of the production, the friendship of the 6 raft members. We came quite close, and we will be friends forever. It was a kind of a dream team, you know. If you are six guys and 106 are an asshole, it will show on the film. But it was a perfect match, and that created a great energy, I believe. And also in the crew and the group around, it was not big conflicts at all. That it, you know, sometimes used to be. It was hot and stressful sometimes, of course, but no big conflicts. And it's extremely interesting to, you know, we filmed in 6 countries, so it was a great experience to meet other nations' crew in Bulgaria. We filmed the New York scenes in Bulgaria in a studio in Sofia, and Malta, the raft part, and then in Thailand, and in the end Maldives. So it was, the end credits are never-ending story.
Yes,
There's a lot of people working this one.
So much names.
But to just the friendship of the guys on the raft, we after 2 months of shooting in Malta, then instead of going home to our family, to our friends, we chose to go 1 week earlier to Thailand because we were going to shoot in Thailand, and we had a week off. And instead of going home, we just went to Thailand and went to an island all for ourselves, just to hang around more. So we were. So it kind of says that we became very close, and
played card for a week when we could go separate ways, but we didn't. So we stayed together.
We actually did 4 of us are in. No, is it 4 of us?
Yeah.
4 of us are in the same movie that we just finished shooting. That is coming next year in the cinemas. Norway's a little. It's a small country. All the actors we know each other from before, and we're gonna. So we're gonna keep working together. We actually met the first time where I had my debut at the theater. Then he was playing the lead, so that was the first time we worked together, and we're gonna probably work together many times.
Yeah, but
I hope so.
Yeah. It's a good idea, because it was such a great summer. So, if
what should it be about? 6 guys.
6 guys. We could make a short film.
Hanging out
in
Thailand, playing cards.
Thailand, playing cards.
Or KON-TIKI 2.
Or Ra, Tigris, the other rafts.
Yeah.
Nei, jeg skal ikke ha noe smiling. Pas de sourire, merci. Just be yourself, that's perfect. Kjør! So, no smiling.
Ser veldig kjekk ut.
Mikä oli vaarallisin kohtaus, jonka teit?
Yeah, of course, the most dangerous was maybe to have the shark on board the raft. No, I'm just kidding. It was computer raft. Shark. No, what was the most dangerous scenes? The night scenes we did in this tank in Malta, so we were not out seas. So I never felt unsafe.
No.
I'm sorry. We didn't lose anything. I think one guy lost his sunglasses in the water. That was it.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. And one of the actors, he took a dive from a cliff. From a cliff, is it called?
Cliff.
Like 17 meters up, and he injured himself a bit. But that was not with the. That was just a private thing. So we're during very stupid thing. So during the shooting, there weren't any dangerous.
Yeah. Everything going well.
Everything going well, surprisingly well.
Of course, it was nice when we have had shot underwater sequences and the. For instance, we are having a scene in the water. I want to tell the audience what it's about, but it's a lot of panic in the water, and we are filming it. And when we are finished shooting at the ocean, we heard the story that it's a 6 meter white shark lurking around these waters. They have read in the newspapers. So. I'm quite happy that I didn't know about the shark when I was, paying attention. So it could be dangerous, but we didn't know.
We don't know how close the shark was. It might have been around.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Kuinka kauan teitte tätä elokuvaa?
Well, my part, I was the raft guys, the guys who are just on the raft. We had about 2.5 months of shooting.
Okay.
And I think the whole production was about 4 months. I don't know how long you.
Yeah, it was.
April. It started April, May, June. Yeah, 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, but we shot it in Norwegian and then we shot it in English. So we have an English version that we have. So we shot the scenes 2 times. Did you say that?
No.
You said it? No.
I haven't seen it.
You had 2.
No. Yes, yeah. So we have an English. All the scenes where we were speaking, we did in both languages. So that in America, in England, in other countries where they understand English, they can have the English version. They don't have to listen to our Norwegian.
Yeah. So we shot actually almost 2 films at the same time, So it was a kind of 3-4 months of shooting.
Yeah,
There were some smart guys thinking this, because the potential in this story is worldwide, because both KON-TIKI and Thor Heyerdahl is known all around the planet. He is the most famous Norwegian ever. But if the movie was just going to be in Norwegian, then I think a lot of countries wouldn't pay attention to it. In that scale, it might have go to some festivals or something, but not at the cinema. So we're really lucky, and so now we just came from Russia. We came from Moscow today, and the premiere in Moscow is now today, and I think it's going to be shown at 700 different screenings. 700? Different theaters.
Thor Heyerdahl was really big in Russia. So it's amazing.
So never before has any Norwegian movie been shown in the regular cinemas there. So it's a big thing for us.
Good start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good start.
I mean, start you can make more movie.
KON-TIKI too.
Yeah, maybe KON-TIKI too.
KON-TIKI too.
Yeah. Mitä sanoisit katsojille tähän lopuksi?
Okay. Tell a story that our scriptwriter Peter Skavlan, he asked Thor Heyerdahl when Heyerdahl still was alive, what do you want people to think, or the kids to think when they have seen this film? And Thor Heyerdahl answered, I want them to question the authorities. That was his mission. That you don't. It's strange looking here, but don't listen to the teachers and politicians, but find your own way. That was the mission. Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck.
Authorities. Well, first of all, it's a big adventure story. It's the story of the little guy who does the big thing. So for many people it might be follow your inner dream, do the things that you dream to do. Either it's sailing from Peru to Polynesia, or if it's buy your house at the country and become a farmer, then just do your follow your dreams and dare to do, to live them is kind of the things I would say.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Thank you. Katso Filminurkka.
Katso Filminurkka ohjelma.
Katso Filminurkka ohjelma.
Use the most. Yeah, let's see. 5-1 or something. 5-2.
Kiitos kun katsoit Filminurkka-ohjelman. Nähdään ensi kerralla. Moi moi!